Can you tell us about that one?
Oh yeah, it was a great ball. Just kind of running through it and threw my hand up there and made it happen. So it's just one of those things, just making sure you can secure the catch and show the coaches you can block and catch the ball. So it's just the trust thing with the quarterbacks, and we're starting to get that chemistry down. And that's the biggest thing is as we keep working out here, it's just chemistry. And once they know that they can throw that ball and we can come down with it, we'll keep throwing it. And that's the biggest thing we want.
There was also another play, speaking of blocking, I think, where you kind of sealed off the edge and Brandon kind of came around. You said you didn't get cleared until right before camp. So getting to get your nose in there and blocking, how's that felt?
Yeah, it's a big thing I want to work on and kind of grow in my game. It's just what I love about it, there's so many different little techniques and tools within it where you learn that stuff when it comes to route running as you've done it for many years. But coming into blocking, I did a little bit in high school, but having somebody like Baldwin and Regal right there working with you and the other guys, I learned over the past year that I didn't get that opportunity from. So I was just trying to be a sponge and gather as much as I can and stay in the film room and do the little extra things because I got to make up for a year that I missed and I wasn't out here to truly get better. And so that's the biggest thing for me is just for blocking and just taking that next step.
What were you able to do football-wise while you were recovering? Was your nose just in the playbook? Were you watching film? What were you able to do?
Yeah, I watched all the film I could and just as much as possible learning the plays. So when I did have an opportunity to come back, I wasn't a step behind in terms of the knowledge, the comfort, and just the overall just well-being out here. And working upper body, I was on that knee strength for so long, so it's just upper body as much as possible. So yeah.
A lot of guys coming back from injury, they don't trust their bodies to stay healthy. How many practices in before you really felt comfortable, like I'm back?
That for some reason just never is a problem for me. I don't know if it's just some screw wrong in the head, but I get out there and it's just 100% going. And it's just like one thing after another. It's just keep pushing through it. And at the end of the day, my body's held up. It's felt really good. It's felt better than it has in many years. So I think the little year off does help the body heal up a bit. So
what are you weighing now?
I'm about 245 today. So yeah, I want to stay there, be maybe around 240, 250 by the time season comes around. Maybe a little less cheeseburgers, more abs, but we'll work on that. But no, for the most part, just health-wise, feel really good. Just getting in shape, one practice at a time. So yeah, just getting the legs under you.
Shows up in your play, but how much fun are you having being back out here?
Yeah, it's I'm not working a desk job now, which I thought was going to be the route for a little while there. So I'll get another year out in the sun, get to enjoy it and play with these guys. And I enjoy every second of it. I never took it for granted before, but it's just even more, I guess. It's just like I wake up each day knowing that I get to put cleats on and pads and catch a football. And that's the biggest thing. Once you're on the edge for so long, not knowing if you ever have the opportunity again, it's just you're grateful for every little chance. So every ball that's in the air, I'm going to get it.
I was going to ask you about that. It seemed like you had a good grasp on it anyway, but does this add to the perspective of it a little bit when you go through something like this?
Yeah, it's a big part of it. I think I'm spending even more time in the game where I did a good amount ahead of time. But no, now that I'm back and I have this opportunity, just being away from it was a really difficult situation for me just because I love the sport so much. I love the guys, and I feel like I didn't get to step off the way I stepped on for my first year. So my biggest thing is just give everything that I've learned over the years and give that knowledge to them, soak up what I can, and help this team win a couple games.
It's interesting, some guys talk about during that rehab time, other than the grueling aspect, the physical part of it, one of the hardest things is being away from the guys, right? You miss that camaraderie. How was it for you going through all the rehab?
Yeah, it was definitely a little bit difficult for me. I think it was a long road, especially when you get to those last couple of weeks where you're trying to figure out if you are coming back or not, or are you just rehabbing to end up entering the working world. You're just trying to figure it out. But it's definitely hard not traveling with the team, not really knowing everything that's going on because you just can't. You're more focused on getting your health back, and that's the biggest part. So definitely missed that. But being in the locker room, just the first team meeting, sitting back in the chair and get all the old man comments. But at the end of the day, I'll take those comments and being here than being the young guy at a new job. So.
When was that first team meeting back for you?
That first team meeting back was start of spring ball. Start of spring ball, when we all met after our vacation. We kind of sat down, had another one, and just kind of realizing that I'm back, and it's definitely something I'm enjoying.
At what point did you know you were going to come back?
Wilcox gave me a call. I was working on my front yard, the little man stuff. And, get the call, and my roommate was actually at the top of the stairs as I answered the call because he kind of knew we were on the fence too, trying to figure out. Right when I got the call, I think fastest I've ever ran, sprinted all the way down the street just yelling because then a bunch of the guys I used to live with are like a couple houses down, like Chase and Natty and Pat Laird and those boys and Rocket. I sprinted down to their house, just ran in. I was like, I'm back.
When was that?
So that was, I'm trying to think. That was probably, I'm trying to think when it was. June, maybe? No, not June. I'm all messed up. I can't remember the exact date, actually.
June is yet to come.
January.
Like early January,
Yeah,
like
early.
after you guys got back from winter break, or?
Yeah, right. No, it was right in winter break. Sorry, there it is. Yeah, right in winter break. Got the call because I was cleaning up the house to move out. And yeah, we got that call, so I had to find a new place to live and get all the classes in order, and just back into it. So
Who are you living with now?
now I went with the mature route, had my own place.
Okay.
So, yeah, I thought I'd tie it down and focus on everything I need to, just take the next steps in the game.
So no more water balloon fights.
None. No. Sadly.
6-year senior penthouse, huh?
Exactly. Yeah.
What's your comeback to the fellas when they give you the old man comments?
Oh, I just wear it at this point. Yeah. Nothing can come back. I'm old. That's just a matter of fact. But old and wise. That's all. I gotta stick with that part. You guys good?
Good stuff.
Yeah.